Hello everyone. In previous lecture of computer network, we have discussed about HTTP message format and user interaction with the server using cookie. In this, we have discussed what is the cookie and how the cookie work. So in today's lecture, we will discuss about web caching, or it is also known as a proxy server. And then next topic is file transfer protocol, or we can say that FTP. So let's discuss about web caching or proxy server. It is the network entity that satisfies the HTTP request on behalf of the origin web server. So server web cache has its own disk storage, which is keep a copy of recently requested object in this storage. So now let's see in detail. So user's browser can configure so the HTTP requests are first directly to the web cache instead of the origin web server. And in this diagram, we can see that client or user send request to the proxy server instead of the origin server, or proxy server work as the origin server. So then all browsers send all HTTP requests to the web cache and proxy server, and that proxy server replies that object to the client. Here, for example, suppose the browser is requesting to object http www.someschool.edu/campus.gif. So the here object in case of the proxy server that return to the client browser, and if in case the object not stored in the proxy server, then the request pass to the origin server, and from origin server response that object proxy server and return to the client browser. So now let's see how it will work. So a browser is established a TCP connection to the web cache and send HTTP request for the object to the web cache. So the web cache checks that see if it has a copy of the object stored locally, and if does not store, then the web cache return the object within an HTTP response message to the client browser. So if the web cache does not have any of the object, and the web cache open the TCP connection to the original server, that the www.someschool.edu. So the web cache then send HTTP request for object into the cache to the server TCP connection, and after receiving that request, the origin server that object with the HTTP response. So here, when the web cache received an object from the server, it stored local copy on their hard drive and then further send HTTP response message to the object of the client server. So note that here, in first case, the client request ID, the proxy server work as the server and respond to the client, but object is not stored in the proxy server at that time. The proxy server work as a client and then can send HTTP request to the origin server and reply respond to the proxy server. So for that object, so the proxy server work as the client as well as the server. So when it receives the request from the send response to the browser, it is the server, and when it send request, it receives a response from a origin server. It is known as the client. So now here we can see that second client also want to the required same object, then they can request to the HTTP request to the proxy server to the same object that are stored locally over here. So it is this request cannot go through the origin server, instead of that is reply from the proxy server of the same object to the client. Here we can see that in a web cache or proxy server. So web caching is generally needed to reduce the response time for a client request. Now next topic is FTP, or we can say that file transfer protocol. So as the name suggests, it is the transferring file between the two hosts. So in the typical FTP session, user sitting in the front of host and we want to transfer local file to remote machine. So they need to transfer a file from the local host machine to remote host and vice versa. For that, user need user authentication and password. And after the providing it, the user authentication and password, the accessing remote system and to transfer will be possible. Then the user can send local file from that local machine. So to the remote system, or we can say remote machine. So in FTP protocol, it is the application layer protocol and it is commonly used for the exchanging the files over the network and internet. Let's see here example. First, if user or FTP client want to send a file, and so we can say it is the upload file to the FTP server, and when user want to download that file from the FTP server, we can see it is download here, or we can say that downloading and uploading. So these are the examples of the FTP protocol application like the FireZilla and Fire FTP. Now next is FTP use the TCP IP protocol of the internet layer, which is enable the data transfer. So it means it use the TCP protocol for the reliable data transfer. And FTP use the client server architecture. In the host or local host, we can say it is the client, or in remote machine, we can say that it is the server. So FTP promotes the sharing of the files via remote computers with the reliable and efficiently data transfer. So first, FTP is the standardized network protocol that is mainly used for the transfer computer files from one host to another host over the TCP based network. So we can say that it is used the client server architecture. Suppose here if user want to access the remote account, so it will identification, and here for authentication it is required password and security credential. So after providing this authorization information, the user can transfer the files from local file system to the remote file system and vice versa, as I say previously. So the user interface with the FTP through FTP user agent. And here the user first provides the host name of the remote host and causing the FTP client process in the local host to establish the TCP connection, and with the FTP server process it in the remote host. So the user then provides the user identification and password which are sent over the TCP connection as a part of the FTP commands. So once the server has authorized the user copies one more files that are stored in the local file system into the remote file system, or we can say that it works as a vice versa. For example, here suppose this URL FTP column /public.ftp servers.example.com and /my directory and my file.txt. So it represents the file, my file, text from the directory and my directory on the server public and server example.com as an FTP resource. Now let's discuss about how FTP protocol work. So first, In this diagram, we can see that here user or host sitting in front of the local machine, or we need a FTP user interface, and after providing the username and password, FTP client process make a TCP connection to the FTP server. Then process and FTP client provide the username and password to the FTP server over the TCP connection. So after providing the credential, FTP server process the FTP client and can send one or more local file to the FTP file to remote file system and vice versa. So FTP use the two type of connection. First connection is the TCP connection or control connection, and second one is the data connection. So which is used for the file transferring. Let us understand in detail. So first connection, like control connection or TCP connection, that is used for sending a control information between the two hosts. Suppose here FTP client and FTP server are working, so it can be sparse information between the two hosts. So information such as the user identification, password, commands that are to change the remote directory, and command to put and get the files. Then next is the data connection, that is used to actually the send file. So whenever you user start FTP session with the remote host and the client side FTP user first initiate the control the TCP connection with the server side using the remote hostly on the server port number 21. So the client side FTP sends the user identification and password command to change the remote host directory over this control connection. So from when the server side it receives the command for a file transfer over the control connection either to or from the remote host, and the server side initiate the TCP connection to the client side. So FTP send exactly one file over data connection and then close the data connection. So it will sending exactly one file overall data connection, and after sending it will close the connection. So if in during this same session the user want to transfer another file or FTP opens another data connection, so at that time with FTP the control connection remain open throughput during duration of the user session, but a new data connection is created for each file that is transferred with the session. Okay, thank you.